Good morning, everyone. So, how many people have attended the demo that happened last week?
Hi, Priyanka. I attended the last time.
You have, okay. How about others?
I have not attended a class. This is the
Okay.
first time.
All right. So, I'll just give a brief introduction of what RPA is before I move on to the Visualpath tool. All right. So, I know that you are here for Visualpath, but before I talk about Visualpath, I just wanted to give a brief introduction of RPA. RPA stands for Robotics Process Automation. So, RPA stands for Robotics Process Automation. So, what does it exactly mean is you are automating a manual process. That's what robotics process automation means. You are creating a robot. When you say robot, it means a program. You're creating a program or you're writing a piece of code. When executed, which will automate a manual process. Okay, so you're creating a program which automates a manual repetitive processes is called robotic process automation. So why are we automating? What is the purpose of automation? Is it will save a lot of time and work. It will save a lot of time and effort as well. By automating a program, you are saving a lot of time. You are making it more accurate, making it more efficient. If you take one for example, let us say that I am a bank customer where I am planning to apply for a loan. I need very immediate urgency for money, so I'll apply for a loan in two different banks. Let us say that I have applied for ABC Bank and I have applied for loan for XYZ bank. Now, I got my loan approved in less than a day in one bank. I got my loan approved, which took almost a week in another bank. Now, which bank would I prefer? I need a immediate loan. So what I would do is I will go for the bank which has given me which has taken the loan approval within less than a day. Right. So now what is the difference in these two? Is it that that loan process is different, loan approval process is different for these two banks? No. So what happens in one bank is that a human is going to interact with the loan information and then he is going to approve or reject it. Okay. Humans are usually slow, where computers. Humans do not operate 24 by 7. They do not operate on weekends. Okay. So that is whereas when you let a program do it, a program can be 24 by 7 executable. A program is at least 10 times faster than a human. So what took for a particular employee to do within a week was able to do by the computer in less than a day, right? So these are repetitive steps. No matter who the bank customer is, the kind of steps that you would follow to approve a loan is pretty much the same. We'll check your credit information, he'll check your current salary information, he'll check your property information, he'll check number of loans you have applied, he'll check out how many bank accounts you have opened in past couple of years, he'll check your last 1 year statement. So he goes through a lot of if else conditions. If everything becomes true, then just a minute. Yeah. So if everything becomes true, then he'll approve if the employee approves the room. So whatever conditions he's checking, he just need to create a program which will check on his behalf, but faster. Right. So what we are doing is we are creating a program or we are writing a piece of code in one of the RPA tools. See, there are multiple RPA tools which will help you to create these programs. Visualpath is one of them. So apart from Visualpath, we also have automation anywhere, Blue Prism, Workfusion. Okay, there are multiple tools in the market out there which will help you to automate. So currently, let's talk about Visualpath a bit. So Visualpath has really advanced features. The only difference between the Visualpath and other tools is Visualpath is a bit tough to learn but easy to master. There are hundreds of actions within Visualpath which kind of takes you some time to learn the tool, but once you got the hang of it, it is really easy to master the tool. Okay, so when you talk about UiPath, there are three components in UiPath. One is the client component or the studio component. The other is a robot component. The third one is a orchestrator, also called as control room in other RPA tools. So any RPA tool you take, right? How the architecture of RPA tool is present is you have a client where you write your piece of code. You have a service running of that RPA tool, which lets you connect with the control room. Okay, control room is a global component which interacts with all the clients installed in all the different machines. Okay, we'll talk about architecture soon in one of the classes. I just wanted to give a high definition of it. So let us open UiPath Studio. So currently I'm using is UiPath 2017, the one that is latest in this 2018. UiPath Community Edition. We have two editions in UiPath. One is Community Edition and then is Professional Edition. Community Edition is free to use. You can download it from uipath.com. So you can have unlimited trial license there. It is given for the developers to practice and get becomes to the tool. Whereas professional version is given for the companies where they have to purchase the license before they can start using it. All right, so let us start. I'm creating a blank project in here. I'll call this project as first class. The moment you open your studio, you see three different work areas in the studio. This is where you write your code for Visualpath. So to your left side is the list of activities that you have. What does RPA means? That means you're automating a process. That means you're automating someone's work. What do usually person work inside an office? What do I usually do as a daily day-to-day basis inside a company is I send emails, I do some CRUD operations on a database, I write or read something from an Excel file. Next, I do something onto a Windows application, I do something onto a web-based application. Forget about the workflow. This is what actions I do in a computer. Right? The workflow is a different thing. What I do is I'll be interacting with a lot of applications, Excel file, database, Notepad, Windows applications, web applications, email, Outlook. So all these interactions I do with applications to get my work done. It's not like I sit on the computer and type my keyboard, my work is done. I interact with these applications to get my work done. The way I interact with those applications, your path also your UiPath also has to interact with those applications, with the Excel file, with the Chrome, with the Internet Explorer, with the Windows application, with the Outlook, right? So you have those list of actions in here. Okay, open browser, right into browser, open application, right into the application, click on this button, choose this drop down value. So whatever workflow we are doing, we have to follow the same thing within the from the UiPath perspective as well. Okay, so we'll take a small example as a part of the demo. You don't have to understand it. I just wanted to show you how the things work here. Let us say that I have an Excel file. called as report, which contains okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this. Okay, okay, all good now. So I have an Excel file which contains report. It has 5 columns in it: transaction ID, amount, credit type, bank ID, status. So I am an employee working for a so and so bank. So I have a repetitive work in my workspace. So what I do is daily in the morning I come, I get this report over an email, or someone gives me this report over a shared drive or whatever it is. So what I do is this report contains these 5 columns. I have an application which I have to open. Called as any teller. I have to feed this data into that Windows based application. So if I take one for example, first I need to check whether the credit type is cash or not. I need to go each row by row. So first the credit is cash. So next I'll see if the amount is positive or not. If the amount is positive, it goes into deposit. If it is amount is negative, it goes into withdrawal. So I go into deposit. So the credit type is cash. So I need to enter the amount 500 in here, and then I click on accept. I get the transaction ID. I'll start filling it here. 995087. Same way, 2500. Check. 995088. Next, minus is withdrawal. So in that there is no cash. There is only check option. So that means this is not applicable, and status is failure. So I need to update my status as well. If you are able to generate the bank ID, then fine. If you're not able to generate the bank ID, so forget about what is happening. I'm just saying that this is my repetitive work. Daily I get this report with hundreds of rows. I need to start filling using if else condition here. So now again, 1000 cash. Okay, so this is how I feel hundreds of rows in present in here. Now this is repetitive work and I'm throwing in lot of effort on this process. Now what I want to do is I want to create a program which will do things on my behalf. Just with one click of button, every day I'll run that program. It will automatically take this sheet, start filling these values, and is saving lot of my time. Now it is writing. So let us see how this works. You do not have to understand since this is a demo of the first class. I'll just show you how the RPA tools would work in general. Now, what are the steps that I'm following is first, I'm opening my Excel file. I'm opening my application. I'm reading through each row. Then I am inputting into that application, and I am getting a transaction ID or the bank ID, which I am writing it back to the report. These are the steps that I am following for each row, which is usually repetitive in nature. Daily, I'm spending a lot of time on this. So what I do is I'll create a program to write that. So first step is to launch an Excel file. So I said to your left are Excel related, everything related actions. Like now, let us say my first step is to create an Excel scope. You don't have to understand what's happening, but report.xl is the file. So I am launching that file. My next step is to read the data in that file. So I'm launching that Excel file. Even if you do not understand, it's no problem. So what I'm doing first is I am launching that Excel file, and then I am reading from that Excel file. So I'm reading the reading data from that fact. It's the same thing I'm doing as a part of the manual process itself, right? So I'm launching that Excel file. I'm reading from that Excel file, and finally I am writing that. You can see I read the data and then output that into a place. Now my UiPath has that data. I'm reading that. So I did the Excel operation where I am reading the data and throwing that into a message box. My next step is to write these values through row by row. I need to write these values into the application. So first I need to launch the application as well, right? So let me start doing that. I'm opening the Anyteller application, and then I'll start filling in the values for each row present in that Excel that I have read. What do I do? So I get the get row items. Next, I need to check whether the cash is positive or negative. So I use an if-else condition in this scenario. If his amount is greater than 0, I need to choose deposit. If empty less than 0, I need to choose withdrawal. Simple as that, right? So if amount is greater than 0, then choose deposit. So I can highlight this way that I want to click on this deposit button. If amount is less than 0, then I need to choose withdrawal. And I need to convert that amount into positive because I cannot write the directly negative amount, then I need to convert that into positive here. So again, as I said, you do not have to understand what's happening. I just am giving you a highlight of how the coding is done. So you'll eventually understand too. Next, we need to check credit type. If theta is equal to cash, then I need to type the amount into this text box. I also have to clear the other text box. Similarly, I have to write into check if the amount is, if the credit type is check. Yeah. Next, in this scenario, if the amount is negative, then you're clicking on the withdrawal, you're converting that amount into positive. Then you have to check again if else condition. If CT is equal to cash, then I do not have to do anything because there is no cash text box. Whereas else, then I have to write into that one. If it is check, then I have to write amount into check. Now let us start getting the BID values. You have to read the data from the BID. In this scenario, BID will be NA. Next, once you got everything, you need to write back to the Excel file. and if bid is equal to na, then I'll introduce a counter. All done. Let us execute this. So it has finished. So every time I execute this program, you will be able to get that data. So this is how you can automate. You have create a program. So what it is, whenever daily I get a report file, I'll place a report file on the desktop and I'll start executing it. So, so I know that you not have to understand much of it because we have not started explaining into the action set. I just wanted to give you a highlight of how the tool works, so that tomorrow you can actually dig in a bit deeper and try to understand each action at a time, how Excel operations are done, how database operations are done, how Windows based operations are done, how web based operations are done. So eventually you'll have a clear picture on that. Okay.
I have a doubt here.
Yes.
This program is very good, and can we put some conditions? Say, for example, we are mentioning some 10,000 cash in the Excel sheet.
Okay.
10,000, some four figures, four numbers, right? Four digits. And in my bank, it will allow only up to three digits.
Yeah, I can. I
Okay.
used if else conditions here, right? The same way I'll get the length of that particular number, and then if it has more than 5 digits, then I'll probably skip it and then move on to the next one. So how I check the
Okay.
amount is negative, how I checked the
So,
create type is cash or not. I am using if else conditions. You can see here, right?
okay. Okay, so
I'll be
if you're
using.
putting some conditions, if it is more than three digits, you skip and enter the next one. So
Exactly.
at the end of this program, can we get the list of amount that I have not entered, and that can be emailed to any person?
Yeah, even
Is
that
that
can be done. So
possible?
what I do is from the part of the program, I create a new sheet called exception sheet in the same report, and then I'll use
Okay.
if else conditions, right? If the digits is greater than 0, then write to
Okay.
exception sheet. If it is not greater than
Oh.
if it is not greater than 3 digits, then
Oh.
continue writing into the application. So I'll use if else condition that way. Okay.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
I'll get an exception scenario into one particular sheet.
Okay.
Exception list. Any other questions?
Hi, you are creating variables, right? Instead of going to the variables list directly.
Yes. Hmm.
How can we create the variables?
So there are three ways to create variables. Either you can click on the create variable in here in the design option, or I can click on this create variable, or else I can right click on this and then choose create variable. Any of these scenarios you can create variables.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. Tomorrow we'll start taking. I just wanted to show you this, but we'll start with something small, and then we'll build up to this as of the end of the first week. You will be able to do this on your own. Okay.
Okay.
So, do we require any programming language for this
Did you
UI?
see having did you see me using any programming language in here?
Yeah, for this program, you have not yet used only the
Pretty
variable.
much, pretty
Okay,
much that's how things are. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Here we can, hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, here we can dynamically pass the values.
Yeah, we can see the values have been retrieved from a source file. So in a dynamic, that's what I'm doing, right? I'm not giving a static values anywhere.
Okay, suppose we have multiple columns are there. So we
Yeah,
need
same.
to,
I can
yeah,
pass the column name or column index when I'm using get row item. Even the order of the columns doesn't have to be static.
all the data are stored in the data table. After that, once it is completed, the data table, and you can give the export as Excel.
Yes, you can.
That is possible.
Yes.
Okay.
So instead of writing one row at a time, I can first write that all that into one data table, and I can write the once the data table gets generated, I can export that into an Excel file.
Okay. What we need required topics for that one.
Can you repeat?
Required topics. What we need to basics for that one.
Okay, what are the prerequisites for this application to learn? Right, that's your question. Any other questions? I'm saying you will get to this stage in the end of the week. It's not like you'll finish the whole tool end of the week. You will get to this stage. Apart from this, there are a lot of things to learn as well. There is on orchestrator, how to schedule, what are work queues, queues management, parallel processing. So this is still at the basic level what I have done today to show you guys. There is much more than this. To what I have done now to get to the stage, you'll probably take a week from where you are at. Okay. The tool opportunities are really good in the current market. A lot of companies are recruiting for RPA developers. Pretty much every service-based company out there is actively looking for RPA people.
Screen is not clear for me. Is it a problem for me or for all?
I think you might have to change your screen resolution. If it is problem for everyone, I will change my screen resolution.
Yeah, some letters are not clear.
It's resolution. I've seen 1 or 2 students having that, not everyone. What's your screen resolution?
It's okay.
Okay.
I think maybe they are asking for this one. We need to.
So when we are doing this exercise, if we get any doubts, can we call you or can we send this Excel sheet to, this UiPath?
You can create a WhatsApp group. I
Okay,
can answer your questions anytime before 12 in the afternoon because my office starts at 12 and I'll pretty much get busy after that. But if you drop me a screenshot over the WhatsApp, I immediately I'll reply whenever I get the chance. Okay.
thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys, then we'll end the session today. I just wanted to give you a demonstration of how the tool works, but tomorrow we'll start actually getting at the granular level and try to understand this tool more. Okay. All right. Have a great day, guys. See ya.